Hi everybody, welcome to Stamping with Melva. I'm Melva Peters and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in British Columbia. And I am here tonight for my regular live, and tonight I decided I was going to make a bay window card. I have been looking at these and admiring everybody's bay window cards that they've made, and I have never made one before. And so tonight's the night. And I also want to show off, I'm going to use the hand-penned bundle. Hi, Nancy. The hand pen bundle, and coordinate it with the beautifully penned designer series paper, which is available during Celebration. So yeah, I just thought that it would be a good night to try it. And I had this idea in my mind to use up some of my designer series paper. Can you believe we're almost, what's today, the 16th of September. So we really only have about 2 weeks left of Celebration. So if you haven't got some of this beautiful paper, you definitely want to grab some before Celebration is over. Hi, Sandy. Also, I've got the tutorial for this. So I participated in a fancy fold tutorial blog probably a month or two ago. And so anyone who places an order with me through the end of September, I will send them this this tutorial blog for free. And I can't remember how many projects it has in it, but it's got at least 20 different fancy folds in it. So, all right. Hey, Lynette. Hey, Sandy, Nancy. Great. I'm glad you guys could make it. All right. I am going to grab my phone just because if you haven't given permission, so far so good with everybody having given permission for Facebook and StreamYard. But just in case I get comments, there we go. Turn my volume off here. Oh, I didn't want to do that. Hopefully. Oops, see, there we go. All right, just in case I get comments that I can't see who it is on StreamYard, then I can see it on Facebook. Okay, let me switch over to my desktop and we'll get started. Now, I don't have a card to show you, but I've got my hand-penned bundle, and I wanted to show you this beautiful paper. If you haven't seen it, it is absolutely stunning. Everything in black and white. So this is one side. There are 6 different patterns, 12 by 12. So you get this lovely kind of hand-drawn lines, watercolor with black. It's beautiful. This one, again, watercolor behind it. This is the same as in the hand-penned designer series paper, except it's in Highland Heather in that set of designer series paper. And then this really pretty one. This is what I'm using tonight, where you could actually color these flowers if you wanted to. And then on the opposite side, it's white with black. So again, hand-drawn scallops, hand-drawn dots, and then flowers that you can color with the dots. So really pretty paper. So like I said, if you haven't grabbed some of this, I want to make sure you get it before Celebration is over. Okay, so I've got my supplies here. I'm using basic black. So your card base is 4 1/4 by 11. And I will bring in my trimmer. I think I need that. Okay, bring in my trimmer. So you're going to score this along the long side, and you want to score it at 3/8 of an inch. Line it up with my 3/8. So 3/8 is the first one. 1 7/8, and I will put the measurements underneath the blog. Oh, hi, Maxine. Great. I will put the measurements for this underneath the Facebook post or the YouTube video. Okay, so 3/8, 1 7/8, 3 5/8. So a little bit unusual measurements. 3 5/8, 5 1/8. And then 5 1/2. All right. So again, 3/8, 1 7/8, 3 5/8, 5 1/8, 5 1/2 are the measurements. So that's all you need your trimmer for. Now I'm going to grab my bone folder. And I'm just going to take it. I just want to make sure that I've got really good, my folds are nice and creased. And then I'm just going to fold that back for the moment. Just making sure that they're creased really well. They're not going to actually fold this way. At least I don't think they're going to fold this way. And then the last one, okay, there we go. So now you can take them, and so this is going to, so this one here, this is just a 1/4 inch. That's going to, we're going to adhere that down. Then that is going to fold out. That's going to be your bay window. So it's going to end up like this. If you can see that, black doesn't show. Let me do this another way. So it's going to look like, trying to hold everything down. It will look more bay window like when I actually get that adhered down, and then this will go back on itself like that. So that's what it's going to look like. If you can see that, there we go. That's what it's going to look like when we actually get it together. So the first thing you want to do is this little, there's a 1/4 inch fold line. You want to take some tear and tape adhesive and just apply it right between those two score lines, like that. Give it a good varnish with your finger or bone folder, and then take your pick tool, because I can never get this off without my tool. Maybe I can't get it off with it either. It's gently, there we go. All right, and then we're just going to fold that down. So we're just adhering. It's like if you've made a booklet, a book fold card, we're just adhering that 1/4 inch piece right to the cardstock together. Okay, so what else have I got? Now, your other pieces. Okay, so that's my piece for that. So I've got a piece, and then I got to go fancy with this. Oh, and then I cut, that's the wrong size. I'll have to trim it. So this piece, I was, in my mind, the card base was the same as it typically is. So this was cut 5 1/4, and it actually should be cut, let's see, 4 7/8 is what you want this piece. So 4 7/8 by, and let's see, so it's going to be like that, and I just want to trim it a little bit more. So and 4 7/8 by 3 7/8 is what this piece is going to be. Just a bit different than a normal card inside of a card. Okay, so it'll go like that. And then you want a piece of, I'm going to put a piece of basic white. So this one will be 4 3/4 by 3 3/4. So this is for the inside of the card. So this is going to go layer like that, just a little peekaboo of the Gorgeous Grape. So I'm using basic black and Gorgeous Grape. And then I have got 3 pieces of the Designer Series paper and 3 pieces of Gorgeous Grape. So you want 2 pieces of the Designer Series paper that are cut 1, let's see, what are they cut? 1 1/4 by 4. So 2 pieces, and then 1 piece, because your middle bay window is slightly bigger. So this one is 1 1/2 by 4. And then you've got 2 pieces of Gorgeous Grape that are 1 3/8 by 4 1/8. And so you're going to mat your Designer Series paper on those. So those 2 pieces of designer series paper will be matted. And then you've got 1 piece of gorgeous grape that is 1 5/8 by 4 1/8. And that is going to be for the middle bay window piece. We'll just put this off to the side. And then I've got 1 piece of designer series paper. And I just want to make sure I get the right measurement on this one. So I want this one to be 1 1/2 by 3 3/4. All right. So we'll do that for the moment, and then we've got 1 more piece to actually cut. So I'm going to adhere this down, and I'm going to use Stampin' Seal. So this is for the inside of the card. You can use whatever your favorite adhesive is. I just want a peekaboo of the gorgeous grape showing, just a little bit different. And then this piece, I'm just going to layer up. So when the card actually is open, you're going to see this piece of designer series paper on the edge. So we're just going to adhere this right up, aligned with the edge of the inside of the card, like that. Okay, so now we can put this one down on the inside. Make sure you put it the right way around so it actually has the designer series paper showing. There we go. Just a little bit different on the inside to have an extra piece of matting behind it. It's hard to see with black and gorgeous grape. Okay, so now the front of the cards. So the first thing you want to do is to adhere your designer series paper to the mats. Now, if you decide you want to just use the designer series paper, you can certainly do that. I just decided that the black and the gorgeous grape always look so pretty together. Oops, sticking to my fingers. And then the last piece here. It's just so pretty, this paper. I haven't used it enough. Okay, there we go. Now, as I said, the middle bay window, the middle window of the bay is bigger. So we'll get that in the right spot. So this will just go nicely between the 2 score lines in the middle, like that. And then these 2 pieces go on the windows on either side. I've only ever had 1 bay window in my houses I've been in. That was our townhouse. I've had a lovely bay window and got some adhesive on my, that's going to bug me. I'm trying to rub that off. A nice window seat as well, but there were no cushions that we could actually sit. I always meant to get some lovely cushions because it just seemed so nice to have a window seat. I'm just going to rub that adhesive off so I don't get it on my card. There we go. Okay, so there's the front of my card. Now, like I said, when this actually folds open, it will fold open and look like a bay window, like that. And so the last piece that you need is something to put right here so that when the bay window is being able to be held open. Now, you could stamp a sentiment and punch it out or cut it out with a die. I thought what I would do is use this great scalloped edge die that comes with the suite and just adhere it down one side, and then my bay window can tuck into that.
I didn't get that. Could you try again?
Siri woke up. I'm not sure why my Siri wakes up every once in a while, but anyway, so that's my plan for this. So when you adhere this down, I'm going to use tear and tape adhesive on this just because I really want to make sure I get it right up on the edge and not adhere the whole thing down. But whatever you do, whether you punch a sentiment out and put the sentiment on that, you need to make sure that you can tuck the bay window underneath it when the card is open. So that's why I'm just trying to make sure that I've left kind of about 1/4 of an inch of this scalloped piece with no adhesive on it. Now let me figure out where. I want to make sure that this opens up nicely and looks like a bay window. So I'm just going to kind of position it where I want it. Make sure I get the adhesive part. There we go. So when the card is open, you see just this nice scallop strip. And when you want to open your card to set it like a bay window, then this scallop will hold it in place. That worked. Sometimes when I have ideas like that, they don't work as well. All right. Now I've kind of left all the stamping until the end. So I've got a piece of basic white, and I'm going to stamp, ink. Now, thanks, Nancy. You can actually use the stamps. There are a whole bunch of different stamps in here that you can stamp the colors into this flower. I'm going to stamp my sentiment at the same time because I'm going to cut that out. Gosh, I've used these stamps so much. The ink, oil off my fingers has really, I need to take them and wash them with some dish soap to try and get the oil off. Sometimes I can't get them to stick. All right, I'm going to make this a thanks. Use this beautiful thanks. All right. So I grabbed some Stampin' blends. So I'm going to color these flowers using, these are Highland Heather. There is no gorgeous grape, but the Highland Heather goes so well. I'm just going to stamp or color my flowers. No, not really. I'm just kind of, because it's while you guys are watching, I'm not going to spend a ton of time, but you can spend as much time as you want. And I don't know if you can hear that. The neighbor across the street has a kind of garage in his garage. That makes sense. He works on cars. He has many cars, and he works on them. And oh, I used the dark. Oh no, that is the light. That's interesting. It's hard to tell the difference, but anyway. Oh yes, it is. That's definitely the dark. Anyway, he works on cars. He has a lot of Volkswagens, and so I can hear him banging. Hopefully you guys can't hear him banging. All right, so I'm just kind of going over that with the light again. And then I've got some yellow. So I've got, this is, actually that's the dark. I want the light, so saffron, there we go. So this is so saffron. I thought it would just be really kind of pretty to have the light pink, another color I don't use very often, but it is so pretty. Like that. Isn't this so saffron and Highland Heather are really pretty together. There we go. And we'll just use the dark in the middle. Now, I guess I'll go back and use some more of the purple, the Highland Heather, on these little flowers. I could have brought in fresh freesia too. That would have been really pretty with this. All right. And then I'll just do the middle and the dark. All right. And then the last thing is I grabbed, what is this? This is soft succulent, and I thought it would be really pretty for the leaves. Light, kind of bluey green color. Get in there. It is pretty. I just, yeah. I made one using this paper, but I used red, real red, and the beautifully penned designer series paper. Very different color combination, because I think we think of you know, the hand penned suite and the designer series paper all in these very, you know, kind of springy soft colors, but it was really pretty in the basic black and real red. Okay, now I'll just quickly go over my lines here. Blend it a little bit anyway. Okay, now I've got my dies here. So there are dies that will cut these out. I think it's this one. Yes, it is. So I'm just going to take that and cut it out. So I'm going to use a piece of Post-it note tape. Just oopsie. Hopefully don't shift it before I get it going. There we go. And take this off and cut it over here. This is going to go in the middle of my bay window. And gently pull that off. Put that back. Okay, so this is going to go here like that. And I grabbed some of the ribbon. So I think I'm just going to tie a nice little bow. She says that she can do this. Tie a nice little bow. All right, like that. And this. And figure out where we're going to put it. All right, so this is going to go in the middle here. I'm going to use dimensionals. My order came yesterday, so I finally have a supply of dimensionals. I was getting quite panicky that I was going to run out of dimensionals. All right, the one thing you do want to remember is you only want dimensionals or whatever adhesive you're using to be in the middle of your image, because it's going to only adhere to the middle bay window. Oops, yeah, okay. And like that, I think. Like that. Okay. And figure out where I want to put that. And then I'm just going to use my paper snips and fussy cut the sentiment out. You could punch it out or use a die, but I'm just going to do that. Use a dimensional. I'm just going to use a dimensional on one end of it so that it adheres just to the middle bay window, like that. Now, where shall we put our bow? Maybe like that, with just a glue dot. And we just put it like that, and then trim these just a little bit. That. I think it actually needs some embellishments, but I don't have them, so we'll do that for the moment. And then on the inside's done. I think I won't put anything on the inside. And so that's what it will be like when you stand it up. It will stand. It's hard to see. Let's put that. I still can't see. All right. It will stand up looking like a bay window like that. So I'm pretty happy with how that turned out. I really love the black and gorgeous grape. Just such a pretty card. I'm glad I decided to try this. So there we go. Hopefully you will give it a try too. So I will put the measurements, like I said, underneath both of the Facebook posts as well as the YouTube video, so that you can try and make the card yourself. And if you are on my Facebook group, don't forget to share your cards, because I love to see what you're creating. I will be back on Saturday at 2 o'clock with a mystery challenge. And so the clue for the mystery challenge will go live at about 9 in the morning on Saturday. And then Saturday night is Stampin' Chat. And so if you haven't been part of that and you're on my Facebook group, you can find the Zoom information for the Stampin' Chat. So we just get together and do some crafting together, whatever project you're working on, even if it's not stamping. Come and join us and just chat with us. And then Sunday, I'll be back at probably a little bit early. So it'll probably be about 11:45 on Sunday with another live. I have a sorority event to go to, and we have to leave at 12:30. So probably about 11:45 I'll be on Saturday or on Sunday. All right, everybody. Thanks for joining me. Hope you have a great night. Happy stamping. Bye.